Thank you for coming, Secretary.
Yeah, no problem. No problem about it, words.
Yeah.
He's in a weird spot. That's why. Not that I'm down at, 82 total days, 53 working days and 12. But I'm not down.
No.
Only on the, no, yes, it's
annual.
But everybody's
They put it up, or it's out there.
Don't get down either. Yeah. Name about the water bottle. But some was like, oh, it's the hottest new water bottle. I think it's,
Oh, wow.
that's it.
That's if it's like straw situation. To be fair, I think Stanley's a little better. Hold longer.
A speaker, a little speaker face.
Hold it now. When you plug it in, it goes.
Sure. Everybody.
Very well, very good.
So, my son is grandchildren.
Okay, good enrollment. Good afternoon, I'm Frank Martin, Planning Commission Chair. Welcome to the December public hearing of the City Planning Commission. This meeting is being broadcast live via YouTube. Please make sure the sound on all electronic devices is turned off during the meeting. If you wish to speak to any matter, the chair will recognize you in turn. When recognized, speakers should approach the podium. Each speaker must state his or her name and residential address so that the commission secretary may record it, proceedings document. Please plan to limit your comments to 3 minutes each. You're encouraged to make new points and offer new content rather than repeating points that have already been made. There is no sharing or transferring of comment time. All persons shall be afforded an opportunity to speak and state their views concerning all aspects of these matters. Ms. Clark, would you please take the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Ms. Stempa?
Here.
Mr. Oshie?
Here.
Mr. Settle?
Here.
Ms. Smith? Here. Ms. Wolf? Here. Mr. Martin?
Here, and thanks to all the commissioners for making the extra effort to come out there. That's correct. In the snow. Thank you. First on the approval of the agenda of December 8th, 2025. Commissioners, do I have a motion?
Sorry.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes from November 10th, 2025. Motion, commissioners? Second,
I did.
been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And the motion carries. No unfinished business. Since there's no unfinished business, we'll move on to new business. We have an application by Bank of Botetourt to amend the institutional planned unit development plan as part of a previous rezoning at 1809 Franklin Road Southwest, bearing official tax map number 1040102 through the adoption of ordinance number 39887-072114 on July 21st, 2014. Is the applicant present?
We are.
Please state your name and residential address so the commission can record the matter accurately.
Thank you. Mike Woolwine with Hughes Associates Architects and Engineers. 3800 Electric Road, Roanoke, Virginia, 24018.
Tell us about your project.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming out. I almost apologize for making you come out today. We're the only ones on the agenda. So I appreciate your help on this. Thank you, Ms. Baumgardner and Ms. Gray for their help through this process as well. We've got Representatives, Mr. Strauss here and Representatives Andy and Ned from the Bank of Botetourt, the applicant. So if you got any questions related to that, they'll be glad to answer questions related specifically for them if you need to. So this project is, I'm sure you've gone through it already, but it was zoned, it's an input development, and we're to amend the plan, the development plan that was approved in 2014. And at that time, it was for a cell tower, telecommunications facility, and it was phase one, and phase two was another commercial building. Thank you for showing that. Well, since then, the telecommunications tower has been constructed, and it will remain as is. So what we've asked for is we've come back now and asking to amend this plan. And so, excuse me, the new plan is also divided into two phases. Phase one will be the northern portion of the site, and that will be a branch bank for specifically the branch Bank of Botetourt. It'll be a branch bank with some administrative offices. It'll be a two-story facility. Phase with associated parking. Phase two then will be some type of commercial development. Can't confirm what that is, perhaps a hotel. But some type of commercial development with parking, associated parking as well. A couple of items of note is we've got to meet the South Jefferson Design Guidelines as part of this because it's in the area. And so the site, as you see it, generally meets those guidelines, and we'll continue to work through that with planning as we go through the site development plan process. And then the buildings themselves will also have to meet the South Jefferson Development Guidelines, which we will. And again, we'll work through that process as we go through the development review and the building plans. Some of the items we've accommodated on the site is moving the building close up to the street. I think right now we're at a minimum 15-foot setback. There is a 10-foot easement along Franklin Road right in front of the phase one bank property. So we're staying just 5 feet off of that easement, gives us a 15-foot setback. We will have transparency. We've listed some transparency requirements on the plan. Height, it's going to be a minimum of 2-story height with a maximum of 90. I don't see us ever getting to 90 feet, but we've got a maximum there as well. And parking, of course, is behind the buildings or to the side. There'll also be some front entrances for public use along Franklin Road. That's generally the plan, guys. If you got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those. But before I do, just let me mention one other thing that was a point of concern was the plaza area. Thank you for pointing that out. There's a plaza area there. Part of the South Jefferson Design Guidelines indicate that they want some type of amenity. And we have provided a plaza. We haven't completely vetted out what that amenity will be. Mr. Strauss could speak to that if you would like him to. been in discussions with some people about some artwork on that corner and how that might look and what that process may be. And that's it, guys. Any questions you have, I'll be glad to answer them.
Thanks, Mr. Woolwine.
Mhm.
Questions?
I have a quick question regarding the plaza. Is it going to just be artwork or will there be public seating there? Has that been discussed thus far?
I can bring Mr. Strauss up and he can talk a little bit about the plaza, but right now it's probably some type of artwork and it's likely will be some benches there, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Prior to sharing the staff recommendation, we'll do a short overview of the application as well. The applicant just did a great presentation, so we'll keep it brief here. So as Mr. Woolwine shared, the application before you is for an amendment to the institutional PUD, bringing forth two phases, one for a two-story bank building on the northern side and another for a multi-story commercial space on the southern side, and retaining the existing cell tower on site. Currently, the property is vacant. It's located here along Franklin Road. And vacant except for the existing cell tower on site. It is guided within the South Jefferson redevelopment plan as being for commercial use. And the commercial use definition within the South Jefferson redevelopment plan is for professional supportive services and lodging and other supportive uses. So it's a little bit more restrictive than the general commercial use within the city. It currently is zoned for institutional plan unit development. So this is an amendment to that institutional plan unit development. And here's a street view of the site. So you can see it as you're heading north, going into downtown. The view of the property, this is the southern site that's proposed to be the multi-story commercial, and the northern portion for the Bank of Bogota, which is the applicant for the application. And view from the bridge heading south. This is the existing institutional plan unit development. So the primary differences that are being proposed between what is the existing institutional PUD and the proposed one is adding some more commercial development to the northern side. And also the floodplain area of this property has changed some, so they were able to bring more parking further down throughout the site. Overview of the proposed PUD. I think Mr. Woolwine did a nice job with this. For the northern site, the two-story financial institution is the use that's being proposed. There are other permitted uses that are within the development plan, and those permitted uses have been limited to the uses for commercial development within the South Jefferson design guidelines, and including that axial amenity space on the western terminus of reserve as indicated in the South Jefferson design guidelines. The southern portion of the site is a multi-story commercial building. Here's just the scope of the art project that the applicant included within their application. However, the amenity space that is proposed as part of the application could be an art project, but it could also be a clock tower or a sculpture or other sort of amenity as well. There's been one public comment received in writing, but you all have the printed out version with you here from the Roanoke Regional Chamber, and I believe they also are here to speak during the public hearing as well. And so with that, staff recommends approval and finds that the amended application number 2 is consistent with the general principles of the city's comprehensive plan, the South Jefferson redevelopment plan, and the zoning ordinance, as the property will be developed and used in a manner that supports the goals and purposes of these plans and regulations. Happy to answer any questions you may have. So this is good.
Thank you. Questions of staff? Members? Hearing none. Thank you. We will open up the public hearing portion. Any speakers who wish to speak on this matter? Ms. Michelle?
Good to see everyone. I'm glad I made it in time, but we're all here, we're all safe. So good to see you all. Eric Sishow, President CEO, Roanoke Regional Chamber, Chamber address 1948 Franklin Road, Southwest, Suite 200, 24014. As outlined, and appreciate our city staff outlining our support of this project. Not going to reiterate what was in my letter, but just that Chamber fully supports not just phase 1, but phase 2. It's smart, sustainable development, and certainly we will be glad to hopefully see this continue to go through and have them be our new neighbors and be able to support what's happening there at that corner. Certainly with everything with Carilion on Reserve Ave, just a super important corridor to our city and a connector to our region. And pretty cool to see this come to fruition, and appreciate the city staff and their diligent work to work with the applicant and work with the bank on what this could look like, and certainly Mr. Strauss on what is an important property in our city. So we absolutely support it, ask for your support as well, and look forward to seeing it progress. Thanks for your time.
Anybody else in the public wish to speak? Okay, we'll declare the public hearing portion of it closed. Commissioners, any further comments, questions for staff? Anything you'd like to express? I have a couple of things, so I'll address those. First of all, thank you very much to Bank of Bogota for venturing into the city like this. We're super happy that you are interested in putting a branch down there. I've looked at that lot for many years and wondered what ultimately would go there. And I think that's a terrific use of that property. Mr. Strauss, I've watched what you and your family have done for 70 years. You guys have been terrific patrons of the arts and members of the community. So I'm really looking forward to your work here and seeing what's going to happen with that. So thank you for that. Moving on from that, Ms. Clark, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Maddox Stempa?
Yes.
Mr. Oshie?
I'm gonna say emphatically, enthusiastically, yes. It's good to see something getting done with that piece of property. Like you said, we've driven by it for years and just wondering if something was gonna go there. So excited about it. Thank you.
Mr. Settle?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wolf?
Yes, and I'd like to make a comment, that is such a heavily trafficked area, and the access to the greenway and all the activities going on in Reserve and Franklin leading up to that. The reason why I asked about the sculpture or the clockwork in the middle and the public seating would be a way to nominally invite the public into that space, because it would increase the walkability. And people understanding what's actually happening there. So I know stress us.
Mr. Martin?
With an emphatic yes. If you would modify that, we would appreciate that very much. Anything else? No further discussion? Then we are adjourned. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Good job. Good to see you.